on Iwtv News.
Message from the President.
Our students and employees are following the guidance.
The new normal in Reiver Country. What's it look like? What's the word? A sign of the times. No, really, a sign of the times.
Helping keep everyone safe and keeping everything distanced properly.
Line dance in the hallways, only who drew the line?
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
I'd like to welcome all the students and staff back for the fall semester. Obviously, we all know this is an unusual year, probably won't happen again for 50 to 100 years, but it's something that we're dealing with, and I am so pleased that you're back and attending classes.
Thank you, Dr. Kinney. Hello and welcome to our first edition of Iwtv News for the school year. I'm J.J. Davis. The new normal. How many times have we heard that phrase before? A bunch, I'm sure. The pandemic, COVID-19, has set the standard for a new way of living and learning. And what's it going to be tomorrow? Nonetheless, life goes on here in Reiver Country. On the outside, Reiver Country looks normal. Look closer. This is the new normal.
The number of positives, new positives, is down. The number of recoveries is up. And so the number of active cases is down as well. So we're headed in a real good direction. And that's actually now, this is the third week in a row. The thing that impresses me most is that our students and employees are following the guidance. They're wearing masks. They're keeping their social distance, as much as they can. There are times when you can't, but one of the things that we learned over the summer is that the main line of defense for this virus is wearing masks. People aren't all made to be able to function online. And so we decided that we had to do something different for fall because we didn't, we expected we'd still be in this situation. And so converting courses to hybrid format was what we chose to do. I just had a Zoom meeting last week with the presidential scholars, and I quizzed them about how things were going. And they're very pleased. They think things are going well. They like the hybrid format. A lot of our faculty have added Zoom to the hybrid format, so they get together for a face-to-face meeting once a week, and then they Zoom a couple times. My number one concern is really a spike in the virus. The one thing that we know we can't do, and thus far, knock on wood, all but one of our cases have come from the community to the campus. So we haven't had any spread on campus.
So spread the word. Reiver Country is raising the bar. Iowa Western is winning its fight against COVID-19. And the real winners? The students. And the words COVID-19 will never be forgotten. And it bears repeating. You see the signs on every door and on every building here on campus. If you are sick, have been exposed to COVID-19, or have the following symptoms, you've seen it: fever, cough, shortness of breath, do not enter. Face coverings required in all campus buildings. Proper hygiene, hand washing, sanitize immediately. And of course, practice social distancing, 6 feet or more. Refrain from close contact and shaking hands. The signs are everywhere, and they're there for your protection. So please take heed. Abide by the new normal, the new rules. Talk about first-class accommodations. In the classroom, how different, or is it? Inline thinking. Yes, I mean, who put down the yellow lines? The new traffic patterns when we come back.
They work here and they know I did it. And I think they want to try to irritate me, so.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
You certainly can't miss them. They're there for a reason. And that reason, you. I remember that song from the good old days. Sign, sign, everywhere a sign, and so on. Yes, things certainly look a little different when one goes for a walk these days. For one, look out for slow-moving traffic. They're everywhere. This way, that way, this side, that side. A sign of the times.
I think the signs help out a lot to know which way you're supposed to go, and yeah, everybody knows that we're supposed to wear a mask, but having the sign out there too kind of helps remind us we have to wear the mask.
What's difficult about it?
Staying on the right side of the road.
You ever find yourself like, oh my gosh?
I don't really mind them. I think they're helping keep everyone safe and keeping everything distanced properly.
I'm kind of used to it. My principal back in middle school did it, so there wasn't a lot of people running into each other.
You gotta stay within the line so then you can walk on. It's kind of like the highway, you gotta stay within your line.
Every effort's really being made to try to keep people as safe as possible. Just it's one small measure in a series of measures that are trying to keep people safe. Generally people walk that way anyway, so it's fine.
You know, that's been a little weird getting used to, but it's something we should have always done anyway, because you're walking down the hall on the right. If someone's coming on the left, get to the right, pal.
What about all the signs?
You know, the signs are kind of weird too, but I guess we need all the help we can get.
You want to respect everybody's distance, and if you're in a hurry, the impulse is to just hurry around.
Right.
So I do think the signage is helpful. I think that the hand sanitizers are helpful. It's another reminder. Mm-hmm. And as faculty, I try to put daily reminders up.
Up, down, this way, that way. The new normal in the hallways in Reiver Country, a sign of the times. Maybe so, but who done it? Who put up all those signs? Better yet, who laid down the law? I mean, the lines.
So we'll get it out for you, though.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
I think this will be fun, though, with that one, as long as you think so.
Yeah, it'll be good.
By day, she's the director of Central Services. By night and day, she drew the line in the new line of thinking and walking at Iowa Western.
Worked with companies to get the one-way directional, got them in the blue, tried to keep it somewhat Iowa Western colors. And then the 6-foot distant markers, the round circles, and so then just some yellow tape. Once I got the hang of it, some of my first hauls aren't very good. I like things to be straight. I've noticed that some like to walk on the yellow line, but for the most part, I see people staying on each side and doing what we were hoping that they would do. It is kind of funny, sometimes I think when I see them on the yellow line, it's because they work here and they know I did it. And I think they want to try to irritate me, so.
And so if around 50 rolls of frog tape were rolled out in the hallways, what about the over 100 classrooms and all the doors?
We have a very good working relationship with FBG. We outsource, and we hired extra disinfecting specialists, and that's all they do. Every day at some point, each classroom not only being wiped down and disinfected, that it's also getting sprayed with a disinfectant, and it's called an EDS system because it's electronically discharged. So what that means is as it comes out, it's like a 360 wrap, and all of that wraps around anything. So it wraps around the computer system that's on the desk, it wraps around the chairs, it wraps around the table, and so it gets to places that just when you're wiping, it gets everywhere. So when you have a class that's back-to-back, and there's absolutely no time frame, it's going to be really hard to get in there. So then that's why we put those buckets of wipes in the classrooms for students to be able to wipe down the space that they're going to be sitting at. But if there's 15 minutes, if there's a half an hour, if we've got a break, then that's where we're going to try to get in and get that room completely wiped down. And if we don't have time to maybe wipe it down, but we can spray it with the EDS that kills everything, then we'll do that. So I really truly believe that if we social distance, we wear our masks, we do the things that are asked, I think we're going to have a great semester.
Iowa Western has gone to great lengths to ensure the safety and health of its students, teachers, and employees. Reiver Country has drawn a line in the sand, and COVID-19 directly in the line of fire. And along those lines, unmasking the mask. How do you cover your face? The mask.
Some of those Iowa Western Reiver masks, they can get a little scary.
Yes, class is in session. The new normal behind closed doors. After the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I decided Iowa Western was a good fit for me because, first of all, the location. It was close to my home. The cost was another thing that was that I considered. And I was also a single mom of 2 kids, so I needed to be able to be flexible. And the ladder program here allowed me to, if something were to happen, I would be able to stop and then come back and continue on if I needed to. The nursing program itself has been very successful, but if you look around the Iowa Western campus, I think Iowa Western itself has shown its success in the growth and the expansion and everything that they're doing. I think the best part is, I guess you could call it companionship. There's a lot of support from not only your peers, you become very lifelong friends with a lot of your peers, but also the nursing instructors are there for you to help support and help you with your success. What you learned in the classroom, so the lecture, the theory side of things, would correlate to the skills lab, which then would in turn correlate to the clinicals that we went. So it was neat to see the bridges between the different areas and be able to see the big picture toward the end. Our hands-on experience that starts right from the beginning. From almost day one of the nursing program, you are either with our simulator, with the simulators or with the mannequins in the skills lab doing hands-on right away. And then within 8 weeks, you're out in the clinical sites, out meeting real-life patients. And what you learn in this labs helps correlate directly to those patients. Nursing's always been near and dear to my heart. I feel like I wanted to make a difference. I had my family, there were some nurses in my family, my mother, my grandmother, but me personally, I wanted to be able to make a difference. Satisfying part is being able to be there for those hard moments for those patients, being able to comfort, being able to console, being able to even celebrate in successes. I feel my experiences with Iowa Western were very gratifying. It helped me succeed in my life further than I ever thought I would when I first started.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Yes, it is different, and it has to be. But how different? And has it really mattered when it comes to learning? So I took a trip, visited 3 different buildings, took in 3 different classes. What did I find? And what did I learn? Well, for one, there is still a whole lot of learning going on.
At a department store, manager there.
Stewart Hall, and the class, entrepreneurship. In itself, the word means new ways of combining resources. Exactly what's needed during this very unique time.
Actually, not that different, surprisingly. I found that as long as I could be in the classroom with the students. The entrepreneur sees opportunities. My biggest issue is a hearing issue. Or I should say, when would you go? Really, you? Right, guys? They got to pull down a mask and yell so I can hear them. Other than that, I haven't any major problem.
I think it's going well. I mean, I think we're all kind of still getting used to it.
You create value for your target market.
Is it easier or harder to learn, or is it the same?
I would think it's the same. I would call it the same. Yeah, it's same procedures, just trying to do everything the professor wants you to do, and it's the same.
You talk to yourself, you drive along. Think about time control machine. Haven't seen a big issue yet, really. Their attitudes seem to be pretty good. I haven't seen anybody complain about the mask except me and the hearing, trying to hear them when they're speaking. I think they've been pretty good with it. What we're saying here, kind of black and white, left or right, hard, soft, whatever.
Whatever the case, The class may be. Mask up, listen, and continue to learn.
Psychology really did not exist.
Lewis Hall, psychology. What's the teacher's current state of mind?
I think it's really a matter of all of us adjusting to a new normal, if you will. I've heard that said that we're building a plane while we're in mid-flight sometimes. Even from when we're in the womb, we can be exposed to things that can have an effect. The students are still engaged. They want to be here, especially for the folks who signed up for face-to-face courses. I mean, they have a desire to be in the classroom, and frankly, we can kind of contribute to giving them a little bit of normalcy.
Do you have to alter how you teach?
Yes, it does change how we do things. Of course, our face-to-face courses are now in a hybrid format. So now instead of seeing, for example, a group of 30 students 3 times a week, I'm seeing a group of 10 students 1 time per week. And so it does limit the time we have with them, and it puts a little bit more of that responsibility back on the student. And so we have what we call the 3. Honestly, I see a lot of folks kind of adhering to that, which is refreshing, especially within the classroom. Students are wiping down their workspaces, and frankly, faculty are as well. So it's good reminders for all of us at a younger age.
Never mind COVID-19. The current mindset of some teachers and students.
You're gonna stop trying, because if everybody around you is saying you're no good.
No longer mind-boggling. The new normal, for now, allowing for some a little peace of mind.
An area and understand what the landscape, what the topography.
Kinney Hall, physical geology class, in a class of its own. Or is it?
The students are pretty good actually about wearing the masks, and if I need to remind them, they're pretty good about it too. Cut it off in 1 centimeter thick chunks. It's really hard to teach labs because I'm very much of using the 1 centimeter line. I want to get up there, see what you're doing, show you what I'm doing, and trying to maintain a little bit of distance is a little hard.
I think it's okay. I mean, I don't really mind it, and I don't think my teacher minds, but I feel like it is like an extra thing that you have to do.
Pages 8, 9, and 10, we'll skip.
It's not much different than what I'm used to, actually. It's just like someone giving instruction and then independently. I guess there's just not a lot of group work.
It's not ideal. Preferably if you can work alone.
Mr. Teston is being very precautious and being very safe about it.
And so what I'm going to do to finish this map. Yeah, I don't think it seems to be too much of a deal to them. Most students are pretty good with it. And you can see written in the bottom.
And that's pretty good. While pandemic measures are measured each and every other day, it seems.
Mask. Yeah, you gotta have a mask, sorry.
Life in the classroom at Iowa Western, rock solid. And one big reason? Peekaboo, I see you. The masks. What have you seen? Are they cool? On the other side.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Action!
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
Everywhere you look, you see a mask. I remember when they came out with the basic stuff. And now, of course, I'm talking the masks. You can't miss them. They certainly add some flavor and color to a conversation. What about you? What have you seen? You can't miss them. In your face. On your face.
I've seen some pretty cool nerdy masks that I really like, you know, with like Star Wars.
Be kind, and it's a little B, and then it says the word kind on it.
I've seen a couple of the masks that people have decorated themselves that are pretty neat.
I'd say mine, camouflage.
Coolest mask I've seen a shark. I like that one.
I think I saw a Friends mask on one girl.
I saw one with a bee in the front. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think it's cool because you can kind of see how people are wearing different things with their different outfits.
There was a SpongeBob one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. You know, I got to tell you, some of those Iowa Western Reiver masks, they can get a little scary.
Having a little fun with the times. There's no masking it. Masks are, you fill in the blank. And so, life goes on here in Reiver Country. It's been a change, that's for sure. But in the end, it's for the safety and well-being of everyone here at Iowa Western. And so, for this first edition of Iwtv News for the new school year, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
Iwtv is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.